Well, Mira now caught up with Jyotiraditya Scindia, the Congress General Secretary for Uttar Pradesh West. He spoke on the minimum income promised by the Congress party and a host of other issues this election season. Let's listen into this exclusive conversation.
And it's very clear that Rahul Gandhi's crusade, his crusade for empowerment of the poor, his crusade for empowerment of the farmers, his crusade for creating jobs for the youth, that is the path on which India has to walk on over the next decade. And that is the commitment that we bring to the people of India. The difference between us and the BJP is that we walk our talk. The BJP has a habit of always promising, over-promising and under-delivering. And that's the difference between the Congress and the BJP. Marketing can only get you thus far. At the end of the day, you have to deliver for people, for them to repose their trust in you once again. Just calling yourself a chowkidar is not good enough. You've got to make sure that you keep our borders safe. You've got to make sure that you keep our country safe. You've got to make sure that you make prosperity come home to every single citizen of our country. Fronts on which the BJP has failed miserably.
Sir, in the last 4 months or so, Congress has announced slew of schemes as far as for the farmers' welfare is concerned. On Monday also, just a while ago, Rahul Gandhi, he did announce that every family, the 20% of the poorest family in India, they will get 72,000 per annum. And so how is, if the Congress is voted back to power, so how is the government going to ensure that at least 72,000 per annum will reach the poorest of the poor, especially here in India?
That's the difference between us and the BJP. You asked us the same question when we promised the farm loan waiver in Madhya Pradesh. The difference between us and the BJP is that we believe that the first right on the resources of the state or on the resources of the center belongs to the people of India, belongs to the farmers of India, belongs to the poor of the poorest in India. At the top, bring about higher GDP growth, greater employment, greater prosperity. Through that, the financial resources that are brought in to the state exchequer, use that to create a safety net for the most vulnerable people in our country. That, very simply put, is our value proposition.
So taking a cue of unemployment and employment opportunities, especially in the state of Madhya Pradesh, sir, in the last 3 years, the unemployment has risen by almost 50%.
Tremendously.
So how is the current government going to ensure, because when Mirror now actually spoke to the young voters, the first-time voters, their only demand and expectation is jobs and more employment opportunities.
But if you look at that, this is the common refrain across India. A prime minister who went around touting that he would create 2 crore jobs a year, 10 crore jobs over 5 years of his rule, has been able to create over a 5-year period only close to 15 lakh jobs. That is not even 2.5% of his target. We, in our tenure, have created revolutions. We created the IT revolution. We created growth rate across India in the manufacturing sector of close to 6.5 to 7 to 8%. That created a huge fillip for jobs.